When we consider self-care, many of us picture costly spa visits, weekend escapes, or impulsive purchases meant to provide fleeting comfort. We've inadvertently transformed self-care into a commodity, something to acquire rather than a practice to embrace. We often see it as a reward for enduring stress, instead of recognizing its potential to prevent that stress from accumulating in the first place. But there's a more holistic approach to self-care. In Japan, self-care isn't about grand gestures or special occasions. It's woven into the fabric of everyday life through small, mindful actions. These practices don't demand significant financial investment or time commitment. They simply require your focused attention and consistent application. The Japanese philosophy of self-care centers on fostering harmony between body and mind through the cultivation of simple habits. These habits are effective because they address fundamental aspects of the human experience, establishing routines, cultivating awareness, and helping you remain anchored in the present moment. This exploration will delve into 7 Japanese self-care practices that have proven effective and illuminate the reasons behind their success. The best part? You can begin incorporating them into your life today. What's your first action upon waking? Many reach for their phones, immediately immersing themselves in notifications, messages, news updates, and the opinions of others. This sets a reactive tone for the day, rather than one of conscious choice. In Japan, a common practice is to begin the day by fully opening a window, allowing fresh air to circulate through the room. Taking a moment to stand there, breathing in the outside air, noticing the temperature, and listening to the sounds of the morning. This simple act, taking less than a minute, serves a distinct purpose. Opening the window signifies a transition from sleep to waking life. It invites the external world in, signaling to your body that a new day has commenced. The fresh air replaces the stale air accumulated overnight, while the sounds and smells from outside gently pull you from sleep and connect you to the broader world. The power of this practice lies in its simplicity and daily applicability. It requires minimal time and effort, yet it provides a clear moment of intention. This small act of opening the window creates an opening in your mind, fostering presence and awareness, rather than remaining in the lingering fog of sleep that often accompanies the start of the day. The modern world pushes us to live at an unsustainable pace. We eat rapidly, move quickly, and think hastily, constantly rushing toward the next task. This perpetual speed generates a background tension that we often become desensitized to, even though our bodies continue to feel its effects. Matcha, the finely ground green tea used in traditional Japanese tea ceremonies, offers a contrasting approach. Preparing matcha is not a rushed process. It requires precise measurement of the powder, heating the water to the correct temperature, and whisking it in a specific manner until it achieves a smooth and frothy consistency. The process demands your complete focus. Rushing it will compromise the result. This is precisely the point. Making matcha is more than just preparing tea. It's about creating a deliberate pause in your day, a moment where you must slow down and dedicate your attention to the task at hand. The ceremony itself becomes an act of self-care. The careful measuring, the rhythmic whisking motion, the gentle sound of the bamboo whisk against the bowl. These small actions draw you out of your thoughts and ground you in the present moment. When you consume the matcha, you are not merely ingesting caffeine. You are completing a ritual that required you to decelerate, to be present, and to focus on one action at a time with unwavering attention. This is a rarity in modern life, and one we desperately need. The tea ceremony teaches us that slowing down isn't a waste of time. In fact, the opposite is true. It's reclaiming time from the constant demands of our fast-paced lives. We often live disconnected from our senses, eating without truly tasting, walking without feeling our feet making contact with the ground, and breathing without conscious awareness. We are so preoccupied with thoughts of the past and future that we often miss the only moment that truly exists, the present. Listening to scents is a Japanese practice that may initially sound unusual. How can you listen to a smell? This phrase captures a crucial concept. It's not just about acknowledging that something smells pleasant. It's about dedicating your full attention to the sensory experience of the scent. In traditional Japanese culture, Kōdō, or incense appreciation, is treated as an art form. People gather to experience different scents with complete focus, much like others might attend a concert. They remain silent while the incense burns, simply sitting and immersing themselves in the sensory experience. This practice is effective because it cultivates awareness. When you give your undivided attention to one sense, you detach yourself from mental chatter and enter into direct experience. The scent becomes an anchor. Much like the breath in meditation, your mind will inevitably wander, and when it does, the scent gently guides you back to the present moment. You don't need elaborate incense to practice this. You can give your full attention to the aroma of brewing coffee, the scent of rain on concrete, or the fresh air entering through an open window. The specific scent is irrelevant. What matters is the quality of attention you bring to it. This simple practice trains you to be present, and being present is the foundation of all self-care. Many of us spend our days indoors, under artificial light, breathing recirculated air. We've created environments that shield us from nature, inadvertently severing our connection to something vital. Our bodies were not designed for windowless rooms and constant electric light. We need sunlight. Komorebi is a Japanese word that describes the sunlight filtering through the leaves of trees. The very existence of this word demonstrates a culture that notices and values these moments. Simply sitting in Komorebi or any form of sunlight is a cost-free and time-efficient form of self-care. Stand by a window in the morning. Sit outside for 10 minutes during lunch. Notice the warmth on your skin and the quality of the light. Sunlight regulates your body's internal clock, signaling when to be alert and when to prepare for rest. It also impacts your mood in ways that are still being researched. You don't need to understand the science to reap its benefits. You simply need to step into the light. The practice of Komorebi is fundamentally about connecting with the natural world, even in small ways. It's a reminder that you are not just a brain in a box. You are a living organism that requires specific inputs from the environment to thrive. Sunlight is one of those essential inputs, and modern life makes it easy to go days without adequate exposure. We accumulate possessions without realizing it. Objects accumulate in drawers, on shelves, and in corners. Each item was once something we thought we needed, but now they simply occupy space. This physical clutter contributes to mental clutter. The more possessions you own, the more of your attention they quietly demand. Siri is the Japanese practice of letting go, while Seton focuses on organizing what remains. Together, they form a philosophy of living with less. This isn't about extreme minimalism or discarding everything. It's about honestly assessing what you actually use and need, and releasing what no longer serves you. When you examine an object and ask yourself if you truly need it, you are engaging in a form of self-awareness. You are observing the discrepancy between what you think you need and what you actually use. Often, this gap is significant. We retain items for emotional reasons, in case we might need them someday, or because discarding them feels wasteful. However, keeping unused items is also a form of waste. It wastes space, attention, and energy. Every object in your environment is something your eyes see and your mind processes, even if subconsciously. Reducing the number of your possessions lessens this background mental load. The practice of Siri and Seton is ongoing, not a one-time event. It's a regular assessment of what you own and whether it still belongs in your life. This practice creates physical space and, more importantly, mental space. You learn to differentiate between what is essential and what is not. Water touches your skin countless times each day, yet how often do you truly notice it? Washing your hands can be a mindless routine performed while thinking about other things, or it can be a moment of complete presence. In Japan, attention is given to how water is used and experienced. The act of hand washing, or the more elaborate ritual of a hand bath, is treated as something worthy of full attention. You notice the temperature of the water. You notice the sensation of soap between your fingers. You notice your hands becoming clean. This transforms an everyday activity into a practice of awareness. The goal isn't simply cleaner hands. It's training yourself to be fully present during ordinary moments. Most of your life consists of ordinary moments. If you are not present for them, you are not present for most of your life. At the end of the day, we often experience a specific type of fatigue, mental exhaustion stemming from making decisions, solving problems, and processing information. Physical fatigue resulting from tangible work is often satisfying, but mental fatigue unaccompanied by physical exertion leaves us feeling drained and restless. Cleaning in the morning might seem like an unconventional form of self-care, but it addresses this issue. It provides your body with a simple task to perform while your mind rests. Sweeping a floor or wiping down surfaces requires just enough attention to keep you present without inducing stress. In Japanese culture, cleaning isn't viewed as a chore to be rushed through or avoided. It's a practice. Students clean their own schools, and monks clean their temples. This isn't simply about saving money on cleaning staff. It's about cultivating a certain kind of attention and respect for your surroundings. When you clean your space in the morning, you are preparing it for the day, and in doing so, you are also preparing yourself. The simple, repetitive motions are calming, in a way that thinking never can be. Cleaning also establishes a direct link between action and result. You immediately see the outcome of your effort. In office work, you can spend hours without seeing tangible results. Cleaning provides something different. The floor is either swept or it isn't. The surface is either clean or it isn't. This clarity is satisfying. These 7 practices share common traits. They are all simple, they all require you to be present, and they all engage the body rather than solely focusing on the mind. Modern self-care often emphasizes mental strategies for managing stress, such as thinking positive thoughts, practicing gratitude, and reframing your perspective. These mental approaches have merit, but they overlook something fundamental. You are not just a mind. You are a body that needs movement, sunlight, rest, and sensory stimulation. You are a living being that thrives on routine, rhythm, and connection to the physical world. Thank you for watching.